Are there no office clerk positions in any central office locations? And we've already addressed that, the new superintendent. The last question that you had dealt with stipends, and Dr. Roy asked that I do just a little bit of research along with his research. If you'll go to the next handout, Dr. Roy, would you like to explain what's in that handout? You want me to? The next handout has central administrative compensation comparison, and we use Plano a lot because Plano is within 5,000 to 6,000 students of us. So same kind of administrative structure, just a little differently. So what Dr. Roy has really put together is just to kind of give you a comparison of the cabinets, the leadership of both the districts, the total compensation of who their leadership is. And if you look at the bottom number, there's around $30,000 difference in the amount of money paid in total compensation. If you go to the next page, part of this information you got last week regarding LISD stipend and travel. So what Dr. Roy has done is basically put LISD on one side, the top positions. Now this information is available to anybody. You can just go to the, quick Texas Tribune, and you pull up the top, however, on any district, and that's basically what this is. So the information on the left you all know. The information on the right, I called over to my colleagues in Plano, and they shared the travel information for Dr. Otto. He does get a phone allowance, and the other reimbursements collectively are for annuity, a purchase of out-of-state TRS at $14,000, tax reimbursement of out-of-state purchase of TRS $7,300, and health insurance reimbursement of $1,000. So he gets a few more perks as a superintendent, and then the rest in terms of travel. And they also have a phone allowance. So however a district distributes the monies, we're in terms of total dollars spent. So that takes care of everything that was on Dr. Roy's budget reduction, Ms. Kyer, and then the next thing as a part of this is the draft resolution.
Let me back up 1 minute. I just want to look at this list again. Y'all can work through this, thinking where you're thinking about campus. Right. Okay. Let me take some time. It's not just in-home trainer. Okay, that's not a campus. These vocational adjustment coordinators. Credit recovery staff. Okay. That would be one piece. Circle that. The Learning Center, about 117,000. Teachers on special assignment, we could absorb all of those. The big piece you have in here is primarily the secondary, the $2 million to increase class size. Let me tell you what, if you're not willing to do any of those things, just direct us to leave it alone. I mean, you can't get there without doing something. This is not possible.
Well, and that is what I said. Leave it alone until the new superintendent comes. And I would rather see, we were just talking about stipends. And $7,200 yearly travel allowance is $600 a month.
Let me tell you, that's very common. The other thing is, when I got here, all these people had cars. So we took the car and we put a car allowance, travel allowance, for providing the car. That was the structure that was in place. That's not uncommon either.
While I understand it may not be uncommon, and I understand that other districts may do it, I'm responsible for this district. And I understand that $600 a month, you can make a Mercedes car payment on. Maybe we need to look at what does the IRS allow for travel? Do all of these employees really travel enough to warrant $600 a month in a travel allowance? Is there some sharpening of pencils that we can do there?
I think you missed the point that Dr. Haynes made. It's the total number, it's not so much how it's configured. You're just going to be competitive with other folks similar to you. If you look at those and all, you're always going to complain about it. So what that, at least really the folks
I
in your
don't
neighborhood
complain
doesn't
about
have it. And what happens is they gave numbers out that were not accurate. They talked about superintendent's salary. We can see from this number, there's a $24,000 delta. That was blatantly untrue. But the fact of the matter is that our salaries, we have these folks' salaries up, they're actually making a little less than the folks in Plano. Now, if you want to make them make less than the folks in Plano, that's your choice. You can give that direction. If that happens to the new superintendent, you say that's not going to happen in this contract year.
And that's what I'm saying. We may need to wait until a new superintendent comes.
I will also tell you, Ms. Lee, you might as well start on thumbtacks and erasers and chalk, because those stipends aren't going to get you $10 million.
I didn't say they would, but every little bit counts. The little bits add up. And I realize we're looking for big ticket items, but perhaps we look at doing things a little differently, and we look at streamlining a few things, and we look at the little things that will add up.
I'm going to make one last comment to that, Ms. Jones. When you look at, all of these things that we're all very proud of, and over this last 9+ years, we're the folks who put those in place. So we're not anxious for those to go away either. But what I do understand is this, what I told the select committee, and this is when you look at the extra things that are happening, when you begin to make cuts, that's where you have to make those cuts. You're not going to be able to, almost all of the extra stuff you're doing is for those kids who need the help the most. Just like Amber's talking about kids in reading repair. That's a shame. But you have to understand, we didn't voluntarily put ourselves in this position. And if you make no cuts at all going forward, that's certainly an option that you have. I'm saying just be very, very afraid of what happens on the far end, what the ripple effect of that is. If you don't reduce any of those costs now, and you get hit with a tremendous amount of additional loss of revenue, then it's not going to be easy. This is not going to be easy if this is. You can imagine if you get into declaring financial decisions and you think you have issues, and you heard your attorney spend the better part of an hour explaining to you.
I understand and see where we start with the 20:1 ratio, and that's probably something that's just going to have to be done, and that teachers can make that work, and principals can make that work. The areas I'm incredibly concerned in, and would hope that we could go back and either not cut this first year and maybe wait and see what happens and then address it in the 12, 13 year, are those areas where our at-risk students, our kids who slip through the cracks, those areas of extra support, if we could hold off on those areas for a year, that would make me feel better. I do think we need to make cuts. I think we need to be conservative. I can see the class size ratio at secondary level going up. But I'm very, very fearful of what happens when we touch reading recovery, when we touch the extra support that the campuses, especially those that are in extra need, are getting for enhanced instruction for special populations.
The reading recovery, that program's been around so long that the strategies are there when we have enough people on campus. Hopefully that could still keep that going. Is that right?
Well, right, we have people who are trained, who God willing would stay,
Right.
and they would not be unable to use the training that they had experienced. The long-term effect, if we are not a site, would be that we would, when people do decide to retire or move or whatever, leave the district for some reason, then we wouldn't have the replacement unless we could hire somebody who was already trained.
Because I found that usually, once we get those strategies embedded, then somebody's going to keep them going because so that doesn't bother me as much as some of the things because of the longevity that the program has had and the number of people on the campuses as long as, because I know that since most of those are Title I, they're going to get hopefully what they need, and we'll find a way to give them whatever. So that doesn't bother me quite as much as some of the other